And men know, let me just say this from a man's perspective. Men know when they are pursuing a woman that is completely out of their league. They know that. But sometimes we try our chin, you know what I mean? Because we like to risk things. We're risk takers. That's who we are as men. Right? So we'll go and pursue a woman that we know is totally out of our league, whether financially, whether in terms of her beauty. You know that you have never been with a woman that looks like this particular woman. Or you've never been with a woman whose, financial status has been as great as this woman. But you try your hand anyway. And then the whole time that you're in a relationship with her, you're trying to stifle her. You're trying to dumb her down to make yourself feel more comfortable. You're trying to dumb her down to make yourself feel uncomfortable, feel more comfortable, because you know that she is far above your pay grade. You know that. You knew that before you got into marriage with her. And believe it or not, men who, in the Islamic community, who are imams or students of knowledge, they believe that can raise them to the status of someone who has wealth or good looks or some of the other qualities. So they overcompensate. All right, I might not be as handsome, but, I know Arabic, I know the scholars, I'm on the Deen, and you can't overcompensate. And you can see that they're overcompensating. You can see that they're overcompensating. It's very apparent. They're using their practice of Islam, they're using their religious prowess to overcompensate for the insecurity of not having this or not having that, or knowing that, given a different circumstance, the woman would have completely overlooked you, And they stifle the woman. They make her feel like working is something that is haram. They make her feel like, she's too worldly because she likes nice things. She likes to dress nice. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so he tries to take that away from her. Not because necessarily it's haram or she's treading on what is haram, but to make his own self feel like he's actually worthy of being with her. And that's a fact. That's a fact. And so, very important, man. But Deen is the natural equalizer to any quality. It doesn't matter if the person is handsome. It doesn't matter if she's beautiful. It doesn't matter if they have money. If they have Deen to go along with any of those qualities, it'll naturally balance it out. But if they have those qualities and they don't have Deen and character, then those qualities usually become oppressive. Ask any man who is married to a woman who has money, but she's not a practicing Muslimah, and look at how oppressive she is with her money. Constantly throwing it in his face, constantly using it to get him to do things that are haram, bribing him, or, constantly using it to, get her way with him. She'll go buy him something, or she'll do something for him, or she'll make him compromise a certain aspect of his Deen, and then to compensate him for it, she'll go and take him on a vacation, or go buy him something, or go do something nice for him. She becomes oppressive with her wealth because she doesn't have Deen to balance it out. And the same thing with beauty. A woman who is beautiful, she's extremely beautiful, but she doesn't have Deen. She's going to use her beauty to oppress him. She's going to be a flirt. She's going to flirt with other men. She knows that she's beautiful. Women know when they got it. There's some women who are beautiful who they don't really care about that stuff. That's not really important. They know that they're beautiful. They're not overlooking that, but that doesn't define them. And that's usually because they've been humbled by either life circumstances or they have some Deen with them. And so that Deen balances out their beauty. But check out the woman who is beautiful, extremely beautiful. She knows she's beautiful and she has no Deen. Uncontrollable. Uncontrollable. Unbridled.
That's funny, right?
That's a fact. And, likewise with family statuses. Family status, the same thing. A woman who comes from high upper tiers of her environment and society, but she has no Deen to balance that out, constantly throwing that in his face, constantly reminding him of how lowly he is and where he comes from and where she is in her family and what her family has done for society, blah, blah, blah. But if she has Deen to go along with that, the Deen balances that out. It brings about a level of humility. She understands that all of the gifts that she has came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that Allah can take those away from her at any given point. So there's a level of humility that comes along with that. And the same thing for a man. So Deen is the natural equalizer. Yeah, go ahead.